Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a concept that is going to completely flip how you think about success. I mean, think about it. We spent roughly 15,000 hours sitting in standard schooling, right? But the actual foundational rules of building wealth, things like mastering leverage, understanding asymmetrical risk, and buying assets are just completely left out of our daily lessons. So we're going to explore that massive gap between what we learn in the classroom and what actually drives true financial independence.
We really need to talk about this glaring blind spot in our upbringing. It's the financial secrets missing from traditional education. You know, we spend years mastering history, cellular biology, and advanced calculus, yet the absolute basic blueprint of how money actually works, it's completely kept out of the curriculum. And because of this, we end up seeing a world where even the most highly educated, incredibly smart professionals are living paycheck to paycheck. They're trying to build a secure future, but they just don't have the right blueprints.
And this creates a really stark contrast in how we navigate the modern world. Standard schooling is heavily focused on preparing you to trade your time for a salary. It's this highly structured, very linear path where you basically just climb a predetermined ladder. The hidden rules of wealth, on the other hand, they rely on a completely different set of mechanics. It's all about acquiring cash-flowing assets, understanding the time value of money, and making your capital work for you rather than the other way around. One path prepares you to simply be a participant in the economy, but the other, it teaches you how to master it.
So you're probably asking yourself, why is this missing? Why in the world isn't wealth building a mandatory subject right alongside reading and writing? Well, it's not necessarily some grand conspiracy. Traditional education was largely built back during the industrial age, and its main goal was to create reliable workers, not independent investors. Recognizing this isn't about blaming the system, though. Actually, this is the exact moment you pivot your strategy. You have to start questioning the limits of what you were taught so you can finally seek out that essential knowledge that was never on your syllabus.
To truly thrive, you've got to decode these hidden rules yourself. So, what exactly are we talking about here? We're talking about core principles. Things like paying yourself first, utilizing strategic, good debt, yes, good debt to acquire real estate or businesses, and legally leveraging tax codes to your advantage. It's not just about who clocks the most hours or who physically works the hardest. It's about who plays by the right set of rules. When you finally understand how capital can compound and scale without your physical labor, you are officially stepping onto the real playing field.
The reality of building wealth really just boils down to a massive mindset shift. First off, you have to acknowledge that this alternative financial framework actually exists. Second, you gotta accept that literally no one is going to hand it to you by default. And third, you have to realize that relying solely on your formal education is just a fundamentally incomplete strategy. Once you accept these truths, you stop waiting for permission or some fancy certificate to learn how money works. You take aggressive ownership of your own financial literacy.
Now, I know that might sound a bit heavy, but this realization shouldn't be discouraging at all. Honestly, it's incredibly empowering. It means your financial ceiling isn't dictated by your formal degrees or your standardized test scores. The world is literally flush with resources out there, from understanding the magic of compound interest to analyzing market cycles and asset allocation. You have the agency and the ability to build your own curriculum. You can bridge that massive gap yourself and acquire the financial education you were denied in the standard system.
So, we've seen that the true mechanics of wealth, assets, leverage, and compounding are entirely divorced from the standard classroom. And I'm going to leave you with this final thought. The hidden playbook of wealth is out there. It's just waiting to be read. Now that you know these concepts exist, what are you going to do to uncover them? Are you going to remain bound by the rigid rules of traditional education, or will you take the leap to uncover the secrets of financial independence?